Alrighty, fellas. So I've been watching some preseason basketball recently, and I've been watching Big Victor play Wembanyama, and he is in the upcoming draft. And that got me thinking, how good's the draft? And I'm also thinking, we need content for the podcast. So you know what? Let's bring the draft to the pod. But we're not drafting potential NBA players because, frankly, why the fuck would we do that? We'll be trying to use the NBA draft sound, though. But today in our draft, we've decided to keep it local. And between us three, we will be drafting what we consider the best Sydney suburbs. But what is the criteria we'll be drafting them on? So we've thought, we could just draft top 5 livability. It's boring.
Boring.
Top 5 fucking, what else is there? Median house prices. We could do that.
Safer suburbs.
But not, sack that off. What we'll be doing is the context will be, we'll be trying to make a new city from scratch. And what 5 Sydney suburbs would we want to build an ideal city? So when we draft them, we'll explain why they contribute to that. What do these suburbs bring to the table? And we've gone through, we've done, as the NBA do, we've done a lottery based on the past 5 years of our life, based on, job, fucking quality of life, social status, and all of that. And Ro was a big favorite in the draft. And surprise, surprise, he's gotten first
Number
pick.
1 pick.
Get first pick. All right. My first pick of the draft, the Sydney City draft, will be my hometown, Darlinghurst.
Ooh.
Now, trendy inner city suburb, for those you don't know, 10 minutes walk from the Sydney CBD. Not too close to the city, not too pretentious. Dare I suggest the perfect environment of location to beaches, location to the CBD, and yet still a suburb. Darlinghurst is my first pick.
Did not see that coming.
I did not see that coming. I have been picked next by lottery. And the second pick in the first round of the Sydney suburb draft, I am going with Surrey Hills.
Ooh.
Similar to the Darlinghurst vibe. Everything he said, I feel it applies to Surrey Hills, but it is in a better location in terms of restaurant city around you, but you're also far enough from the busiest places.
Hang on. Why were you so shocked by my suggestion?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because you said hometown. That's what shocked me. I thought you were going to go your real hometown.
That'll be there soon. That'll be coming next.
That was the shocking part of it. Not picking a city suburb. I full-heartedly go with that. Surrey Hills, because when you go this, it doesn't feel as loud as a Darlinghurst, for example. When you're in Darlinghurst, you can hear loud people. As Ro's been telling stories, people walking into your house.
And, by the way, another interesting thing happened last night. So I was walking with my missus and my housemate was throwing a party, and there was these guys with skateboards. He does law, and none of them skateboard. And they were doing something to the door, and they were like knocking on it, or like they were just they were like laughing. They were like 19 or something like that. They were giggling on the side. So I walk up, and they're like, "Oh, you're here for the party?" I was like, "No, I live here." And these 19-year-old skateboarders got terrified, and they just started running.
Really?
They skated off.
See, that's the menacing behavior you get in Darlinghurst.
Menacing behavior.
They're just a couple of kids having a bit of fun.
Yeah, I ain't got the patience for that. Surrey Hills is my pick.
All right. Well, for the third pick in the first round for me, I pick Parramatta.
Parramatta?
No.
It's got to be Para. I'm sorry. You guys are choosing these, hoity-toity places in the east and stuff.
Mate, hang on.
No, that was going to be one of my next picks.
Well, Parramatta famously nicknamed the second CBD.
Exactly.
But the crime rate's through the roof.
It's absolutely
It's not. That's the stereotype.
Dude,
of the
You've got
place.
delinquents
the
walking
eastern
the
suburbs
streets.
changed you. Para
not
is
even
one
the
of the
eastern suburbs.
Mate, the Para is one of the safest places in Sydney.
Yeah, safest places if
The
your
second
frame of reference
CBD,
is a third world
mate.
country potentially.
No ever draft pick has had this high of a ceiling other than LeBron. Parramatta's up there. In 10 years' time, we'll be talking about Parramatta how we talk about the city. Para has, the greatest potential out of any suburb in Sydney right now.
That's true. When we did talk about the 15-year-olds fighting,
It's
where
a
do they want to
cultural
meet?
melting pot. Where else can you see brown people, yellow people, white people, all coming
Sesame
together? Huh?
Nah, I back the Parramatta. It's also got all the offices and got buildings. You can live there. Everything you need is there.
You can literally live anywhere, just quietly.
Parramatta. Back to me now. For the first pick in the second round, I choose Penrith.
That's another one taken off my list.
What?
The foot of the mountains, my friends.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Penrith,
Describe us Penrith.
mate, like
It's-
60 kilometers out west.
Think of the Tuscan hills, the rolling fields of Florence.
and then the completely opposite.
How dare you? Penrith and its surrounding areas, the catchment area of Penrith is a beautiful location. It's a growing area, dude. It's got a Westfield. It's got an RSL.
This is the benchmark. Oh, RSL in a Westfield.
Dude, Penrith Leagues is beautiful.
You said growing areas. There's about 30 grown areas you can already pick from, my guy.
I'm going on potential here. You guys have missed the point of a draft. You're meant to draft for the future. So
But we've
I'm
got
looking.
finished products already in the draft.
Why would you
not
want
pick
that? I'm going on potential. Penrith, might I say as well, the powerhouses of the rugby league. So you got your sports sorted, you got your shopping, you got your entertainment,
your crime.
housing out there.
Yeah,
Housing
you've got
is,
the meth addicts sitting on the streets begging for some
mate.
food.
In a few years, the gentrification will take over, and
Mate,
they'll
it's
move
so
even
far
further
from
west.
everything. What are you saying?
Boys, you guys are sleeping on Penrith.
If you want to
alright?
meet your mates, it's the Common Ground City. It's like a fucking 3-hour trip.
Second round, first pick, Penrith.
All right. For the second pick in the second round, I pick Eastwood.
That was one on my list as well.
Mate, it's a lovely area. It's a cultural hub of
Yep, I agree.
of Asia, I must say. Little Asia, if you want it. It's so close to everything.
Yep.
You don't think so, but if you look at the map of Sydney, include Penrith. You have to include Penrith or else my logic's out the window. So Eastwood is right in the middle. You can go to everything. It's all nearby. Everything you need is there. Food-wise, unreal. Value, unreal.
There's nothing to do in Eastwood. when is, like, on a day,
Your Eastwood Park.
on a Saturday, who's like, let's go to Eastwood? Anyone that came
Everyone,
for
go
Eastwood?
to Eastwood on a Saturday. Who's there? Everyone. Everything pops up. Markets are there. What more do you need?
You're preaching to the choir. I agree with you.
You agree with
I
Eastwood?
was tossing up between Eastwood or Penrith for my pick.
Exactly.
All right, well, I feel like I'm in no danger here. For the third pick of the second round, I pick Redfern. Now,
This man is out of touch. I've got to say. This man is so out
We are
of
from
touch.
different parts of Sydney, my friend.
Sen talks about potential. Redfern, the potential on that
Has
suburb
been, bro.
is huge.
It's come and it's gone.
Yeah. The time has passed for for Redfern.
No, Redfern is in its golden
It's
era.
like picking Carmelo Anthony right now.
No way. It is right now like picking, I don't know any NBA players, but it is a beautiful suburb, leafy green, beautiful socioeconomic status. The people there are nice, close to everything.
There's no more. It's come and gone. That's what I'm saying.
Mate, Redfern is full of the young people. That's what you want in a growing city, in a
When's
city
the
with
last time you were
nothing.
in Redfern?
Literally yesterday.
No, it doesn't count. He lives near there.
Yeah, exactly. You're heavily skewed with this.
No,
but
I'm not
fine.
heavily skewed. The people are young. What do you want in a rebuilding a city? You want the young people. You don't want the people in Penrith. You don't want the people in
What
Eastwood.
do you mean?
You want the people who are going to build it up, turn your, desolate city.
You need cultural diversity. It brings the best out of everyone.
You're saying there's not cultural diversity in Redfern.
But
Mate,
I've gone completely one way.
you're the racist. You're going to
racist.
Eastwood. You're like you said Little Asia. I'm going to the original custodians of the land.
Oh, here we go.
Who you-
All right, move on to your next pick.
So, do I get another pick?
Yeah, you get the
the
first
first
round of
pick
the
of
third
the
pick.
All right. Well, the first pick of the third round is going to Bondi.
I hate your list, bro, so much.
I would
I
hate to meet someone from
despise your list, man.
Now, why Bondi?
We're gonna have all like the spectrum on this list from east to west.
Remember, you got to go in order, right? So Bondi's not my first pick. It's still in the team. You still want the beaches.
Yeah, but we can see the team you're trying to create.
Yeah,
And I don't
like
what I'm
like
seeing.
it.
I'm creating the All-Star team. This is the All-Star cast right now.
Yeah, if All Star was a 20-kilometer radius from the city,
If all the All-Stars were Rich, White,
Yeah.
or RM Williams,
And well
that's
off.
your fucking All-Star team. Fuck off.
I'm creating the dream
Why
team.
Bondi?
Mate, look, do I need to say, why not Bondi? You come from
overrated.
overseas. You come from overseas. Where are they going?
Yeah.
Where are the English?
Eastwood.
Where are the Irish? Mate, I don't think they've stepped foot in anywhere 10-kilometer radius of Eastwood. Right? You're going to Bondi. You're going to see the water, the crystal clear. What's Sydney famous for? It's beaches. What's the most famous Sydney beach? Bondi. Why do you not want the suburb in the draft? 100% has to be there.
disagree. But anyway,
Look, I'll be honest. I kind of agree with the path he's going. With the second pick of the third round, I'm picking Cronulla.
All right.
I got to throw in a beach there.
Yeah, right.
And I picked Cronulla.
South Sydney.
South Sydney, a completely different. I don't want these high-end beaches. All right? I want a beach down to earth beach.
Yes.
Cronulla, as if you've ever met someone from the Cronulla area,
No, the last time I met someone from Cronulla, they tried to kill me.
that's on you.
No, that's on the people who live in Cronulla.
The people in Cronulla, they say they don't need to leave Cronulla. Because once again, I'm picking suburbs where you don't need to leave.
Mate, you've got such a segregated... Mate, no one's mingling with each other. In Eastwood, the Asians stick in Eastwood. The people...
Racist.
That's not right. That's what you said. That was the words coming out of your mouth that I'm taking and putting on the podcast. Cronulla, you're saying no one has to leave. So you're basically building a city where no one interacts with each other.
Together. As one. With all
in their different suburbs. Nah, this man's logic is flawed.
I pick Cronulla. It's got the beach. It's got everything you need.
All right. For the third pick in the third round, I'm choosing Stratfield.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Stratty. Big Stra.
I'll pay that.
Some would say the geographic centre of Sydney. Some would say the cultural centre of Sydney. Both would be wrong, but it's still a beautiful part of Sydney. You got a beautiful train station there. You can get to anywhere in Sydney from that train station. You have the fountain out there. You can smoke a durry with some bloke from South Korea and you'll be mates forever. You got a plaza there. You've got wonderful food. You got great schools. What more do you want?
Strathfield is a good one. I'm going to cross that off my list. I did have it, but yeah, no complaints here. Finally.
Right, into the fourth round.
All right. So for the fourth round, my first pick, I'm choosing God's Country. It's a shame that it's this far low, but I feel it's time to bring it. I'm choosing Castle Hill.
Oh, my next pick.
That was my next pick also.
No.
Mate, the Bible Belt of Sydney, as some would say. Doesn't matter. It's the
home to Hillsong Church.
You got Castle Towers, Hillsong, mate. If I could pick the whole Hills district, I would. But I'll settle with just Castle Hill.
Metro.
You got the Metro. You got Towers. You got the Piazza.
Can I say Castle Hill is actually a very diverse part of Sydney.
Definitely.
Fully diverse.
If you're Christian. You got all kinds of Christians there. Catholics, Protestants. But it's a great place to have a family and to settle down. Castle Hill is my first pick of the fourth round.
Senny, you've stolen my pick just then, as well as a lot of other picks I was going to have. Ro, you were nowhere near, I'll be honest.
Yeah, there was no danger.
Off center. But with the second pick in the fourth round, I pick Mount Druitt.
Interesting choice.
That was on my list.
Pray tell.
It is a hub of culture, especially Western Sydney culture. I feel Ro's list is one side of Sydney. I've got to get a bit of the other side in Sydney.
Can we just go back to the original question? You're rebuilding the city of Sydney. What 5 cities do you want?
Yeah, you want culture, man.
I want culture. I want the hard-working, grafting people
you want
of Mount Druitt.
Blue-collar people,
It's awfully presumptuous.
They've got music. So many sports people come from there. Food. Oh my God. The food. Exactly.
When was the last time we went to Mount Druitt to have a feed?
Mate burger.
Exactly.
That's
Filipino.
open up in Kellyville that we now frequent.
But originally from Mount Druitt. And I would go there if they closed the Kellyville one down. I would go to Mount Druitt.
Exactly. And then Senny talked earlier about, Penrith, the NRL. What team did half those players rep in the celebration parades and
More than half. They're all from that area, man.
Mount Druitt. There's pride in Mount Druitt.
You got 1-4.
Exactly. You got 1-4.
You got music.
They can't even perform anymore.
That's how
big
iconic they are. Exactly.
Exactly. And that is why I have picked Mount Druitt.
Go on the beaches.
Oh, you're a scum.
No. I'm going to give you an overview of what I've gone so far. I've gone the beaches. I've gone the inner city. I've gone the young people culture. It's now time to think about family. And so, for the third pick in the fourth round, I picked Gordon. Now, beautiful North Shore suburb, leafy areas, nice cafes. You want to go for a walk with the kids, with the dog. You've got plenty of greenery around you. Gordon is a beautiful place to live, my friends.
Gordon.
It's not that far-fetched. My last pick will be something similar.
Because I did want to go Castle Hill, but I was tossed up between, honestly, Dural. Acreages, farm area, bakeries.
Well, you still have one more pick, so...
No, but Gordon, any complaints about Gordon?
No, I actually don't mind Gordon. That's a good little suburb, I will say. Better than some of your other picks. So
For my final pick, the first pick of the 5th round, I am introducing culture. I am introducing diversity.
some colour in your, yeah.
I am introducing different colours. The place I'm picking is Cabramatta.
Oh, yeah, good.
Finally, he's bringing it
I
back.
like your first good pick.
What do you mean?
Finally, a pick that was on my list.
Mate, you look like the Sacramento Kings right now.
I've chosen, honestly, I think the most balanced list of them all. Cabramatta, you want to go for food, you go to Cabramatta.
No, I agree.
Vietnamese, beautiful culture ingrained. You know, people came over from, you know, different countries, established themselves in Cabramatta, built the suburb from the ground up.
Yeah, Bing Lee's from there.
Is he actually?
Yeah, Bing Lee's from there. Yeah,
But Bing Lee, famous electronic. Well, what do they sell? Just like electronics?
white goods. Yeah,
Say less. Bing Lee, my hero as a
he's
child.
a hero. Yeah,
Cabramatta.
we're not going to disagree with that one. That's a good pick.
That's a good pick. Alrighty. My picks had a running theme, you know, steering away from the East, some might call it, a bit of culture, a bit of working class. So with that, the second pick, my final pick, with the second pick in the 5th round, I am picking Vaucluse.
All right. Okay. Hands off now. We're just shaking hands. Oh, but to be fair, Vaucluse has like the prime ministers of the world, the folk who are going to drive business,
Oh, come off it.
the executives.
Stop that immediately.
So his gentrification has got me in the end.
Vaucluse, for those people who don't know, like the richest city in
It is
Sydney.
stereotypically the richest city.
Beautiful views, beautiful place.
Right by all the water, all the beaches. The road, if you drive on the road, there's fucking BMW there, Ferrari there, fucking Jaguar there. The cars are unreal. I feel, one time I drove through it, I felt I couldn't be driving there with my Honda. I felt out of place.
You would be out of place for sure. But that's what you need. You can't have just what you think you want. You need to have everything, the whole spectrum.
I'm going for diversity, not only in culture, but in socioeconomic status. I need some diversity. I've got everything.
Sen, thoughts?
It's a horrible pick from you. How out of touch do you want to be? These people are in a different world, man.
Yeah, but it's 1-4, the ratio.
I agree with Ro now. Your city is going to be so cooked. Everyone will be in their own world.
That's what I'm saying.
Not interacting with
Mate,
each other.
You're building a city that is completely segregated. There is
I
no.
will force them to mingle. It'll be a dictatorship.
No.
You must mingle.
Migs surely has the worst list.
I think so.
Actually, you might have a worse pick as well, Sen. You've
How?
been choosing some how you going places.
My final pick in the last round of the draft, I'm choosing the gateway to the Central Coast, a place close to all of our hearts. I'm choosing Hornsby.
This is why. First of all, before I slander you,
Hornsby it's part of the North Shore. It's part of the Central Coast. It's a bit of everything.
Not the North
You're getting
Shore.
the best of both worlds.
the gateway to the Central Coast.
It is.
That's honestly fair enough.
It
and
is
if
the
that's
gateway
the
to the-
reason that you choose it,
I am. That's because I'm getting a bit of everything here. The North Shore, the Central Coast. You get the junkies, mate. You're getting all parts of society right now. It's a beautiful part of the world, and they'll get along with my Castle Hill folk as well.
that's true. Yeah, they'll get along with most people in your city.
So that's why I've chosen Hornsby. All right, that brings us to the end of the draft. My top 5 as a recap. So first I went Parramatta, which I thought was a sublime pick, I must say.
That was a sublime pick. I was pretty jealous of that pick. I thought that would go in the second round.
And then back to back, I actually went Para Penrith, the 1-2 punch, the 2022 NRL Grand Final. Again, I think great combination there. Then I decided to, get a bit more diverse. So I dabbled in a bit of Strathfield in my number 3 spot. Went close to home with number 4, Castle Hill. And I brought it home with Hornsby at the 5.
I do like your list. I think Hornsby at 5th is an interesting choice. Not one that I would have gone for, but I think balanced overall. Migs?
Look, I'm looking back on my list. Do I have some regrets?
Both of yours are shockers.
Yes, but at the same time, I still think it's a stellar list. I've got a mix of everything. Whether the people will mingle, that is a good question, and we'll never know.
We will know.
No, we won't know. But my list, top to bottom, first pick, Surrey Hills. I backed that pick.
Great pick.
Second pick, Eastwood.
Great pick.
I still back that pick.
Again,
Third-
no much interaction between the two, but
No, plenty of interaction. Plenty of interaction. Why not, Ro?
go on.
Third pick, and this is...
You went it downhill.
No, this is the only pick I regret. I back all other 4. This is the pick I regret. Cronulla.
That's a horrible pick from you.
I had a million other beach cities on my suburbs on my list, and Cronulla wasn't on there. Yet I decided to go for it. If I could take that back, I would. Sorry, Cronulla. 4th pick, Mount Druitt. I back this wholeheartedly.
I like that as well.
Unbelievably. If that could go first, I would rank it first. And 5th,
Vaucluse.
4th.
Again, another rogue one.
He was rogue on purpose just because I wanted more of a mix. I went Vaucluse. So I think I have...
It's a stinker draft from you.
I don't think it's a stinker draft. I have a wide spectrum.
All right, and then Rose, very thematic.
Not thematic, all right?
Spit on ours.
Yeah.
First pick, Darlinghurst, say less. Bondi for the beaches. Redfern for the culture. Gordon for the families. And 5, Cabramatta for the diversity, the culture, the lot.
Cabramatta sticks out like a sore thumb.
You know what that diversity big is when your office has a quota?
yeah. Literally, that's your Cabramatta.
There's no honesty in the diversity.
There's absolute honesty.
It's a token.
Have nothing but high things to say about Cabramatta. I love that place. The best banh mi in Sydney lives in Cabramatta.
Sydney siders, let us know your thoughts on our draft and what suburbs.
Actually, American is also.
Look up all these places and then
based on how we've described them, let us know. Let us know what we've missed.